Remember that.
After talking to Jay, the YGG Drizzle, about Coyote jumps briefly, I realized that it had slipped my mind that the reason that mantle jumps work is because you have the Coyote time, because the Coyote time resets from when you mantle, which means that if you cancel a mantle like here in this clip, you can just jump right after it and re-grab the wall and just chain this. And you can do this with a weapon too. So this is me doing it here, and there are many variations. There's a mantle-hop variation, there's a wallbounce variation, but this is simply just a mantle-cancel into a Coyote. So I'm essentially grabbing the wall, dropping down, jumping, hitting a shot, re-grabbing the wall and doing the same thing again. But there is a different version because you can drop down from the wall, shoot, and since you just Coyote jumped, you can wall bounce, which I will show here. So this is me wall bouncing. You can see my screen doesn't shake as much, which is how you can tell that you're hitting them. And I go pretty far away from the wall, but you need to be careful when you hit the first shot, or like the way that you Coyote off the wall, because that determines your height off the second bounce. So if you do it a little too early, then it could look something like this next clip. So you can tell I'm just way too exposed over the wall. I'm an easier target here. And if you Coyote off the mantle cancel even earlier, then it could be even worse, like this next clip here. And yeah, I'm just completely in the open, and it's not as good as the first wall bounce or the other mantle. But let's say you don't really care about being exposed because you're just trying to get some shots in, then you can do these what I call standing wall bounces. And yeah, you can see you can get a lot of shots in. I think I'm basically doing a wall bounce. No, I think it's a mantle cancel, or some of them are wall bounces, I don't even know. But you can basically chain it while you're it looks like you're just like standing like that, and I think you can do that infinitely or until you run out of massive shots. Another thing I want to point out is that if you do the wall bounce version, that means that you can tap strafe and have a lot of air strafing, more movement out of the jump, instead of the mantle hop version where you can't tap strafe out of those. So you can see, I mean, if I was better at it, it would be more obvious, but you can see that you can hit the first shot and then get back up on the wall, or you can like move to the left and right, get more height, get less height, make yourself a harder target. My friend Frazier pointed this out to me. Obviously this is very useful and is probably more useful than Mantle-Cancel Coyotes most of the time. But with Mantle-Cancel Coyotes, you can still get off 2 shots instead of 1 like this. So it could be less predictable. Actually, not even 2, you could get 3 or 4 or 5, just depending. So this is them side by side, and it's kind of difficult to tell what's going on. But basically, both of us, from the start of our climb to when we have shot 2 bullets, we have about the same time. But I, on the left, with the mantle cancel, have shot the 2 bullets in a quicker succession, but I have used a larger startup time. But it's also important to note that on the left side, I'm doing a mantle cancel Coyote into a mantle hop, which is different than the wall bounce variations and other mantle hop variations that I showed in this video earlier.